Hey, Slick Talkers, thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. And I know that if you love this show, you'll also love my morning show called Good Morning Hospitality with my co hosts Michael Golden and Brandy Canali, as we spend 30 minutes every Monday morning to dive into the industry's top latest news and trending topics. So go check it out on wherever you find your podcasts at Good Morning Hospitality. And you can live stream with us on Monday mornings on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. Now, I hope you enjoy this episode.
Welcome to Slick Talk, the hospitality podcast where we discuss all things hospitality, hotels, and business. You can find us online at slicktalkthepodcast.com and on every podcast listening platform.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Slick Talk, the hospitality podcast. I'm excited to dive in this episode because some amazing stuff in the industry is happening. As many of you may know, the famous cool device called Echo or Alexa is now in the hotel market. This is an exciting, yet I'm playing both sides of the field, kind of devil's advocate for this new technology in the industry, because what Amazon has announced is that they're going to create a Alexa hospitality program where there's an Echo Dot or whatever in every hotel room for all major brands, at least starting of now, that they're going to be in every hotel room, and they're going to be able to connect to guest profiles. They're going to be able to be like a little concierge in the room, dim the lights, so the hotel industry is slowly, with this program, working into the smart technology side of things, like smart lights, where you can turn it off with your phone, or you can turn on the fireplace with an app. And all this stuff is just going to be at the touch of our fingertips or the sound of our voice. And so with this, Amazon announced it, and it just went huge. I believe it was a $4 billion deal right after he announced it, that all these hotels just jumped on it. Marriott, one of them included, is going to be starting a lot of the the Alexa hospitality program in Seattle, and they're going to be doing a couple other their autograph collection hotels, which there's only about 100 of them. So they're higher end hotels. And my biggest concern in the industry, because I started out at front desk and now I'm a manager, a consultant for hotels and for Airbnb, vacation rental type properties. My biggest concern now, because like I said, started at the front desk, and pretty much front desk is the heart and soul of every hotel. And don't get me wrong, there's days where I wanted to just, shoot my head off or just yell at somebody because of all the craziness going on and whatnot. But that's a whole nother story. It gets crazy at the front desk. You're the heart and soul. You get every complaint. You get every praise. Even if it's not even from your department, somebody will have a bad experience at a restaurant that's in your hotel. They will come up to the front desk and tell you, and they won't tell their waiter. They won't ask for a manager at the restaurant. They will come to the front desk. You find out a lot of people's personal information. You never know who's checking in, how they're feeling, what they're going through. So you get a lot of the emotion from guests that have been traveling a long time. They're coming there for maybe a bad reason, a funeral, some kind of horrible incident like that. So you really get the taste of it all, the happy, the sad, the mad, the angry, the crazy, the violent. You never know what's going to happen at the front desk. And so with that, it also comes with you have to have a lot of knowledge of the city, the property, the history of the town, the history of the property, what good restaurants are there to go, fun attractions to do, family-friendly, non-family friendly, bars, what events are happening in town, at the convention center, at the movie theater, at the local club. You never know what someone's going to ask you. You have to, maybe find the little hole-in-the-wall restaurants that are going to be unique for a guest to experience. So you're really the heart and soul of that. And with Alexa hospitality taking over, excuse me, my biggest concern is going to be if that's at the touch of their fingertip which it already is. A lot of the stuff they can Google. A lot of people ask the front desk directions for a certain restaurant when if you Google map it, it's a block away and it shows you exactly how to get there, yet the front desk is the one asked. So if this is already at their fingertips or the sound of their voice, what is going to be the purpose for the front desk? Will this position fade away? A lot of higher end brands have, concierge at their hotel. What's the purpose of the concierge other than the concierge, it has a special relationship with every business or owner or manager there. If Alexa is going to start taking over, my question I want to see in the next few years, I'm predicting is going to go down to, very little front desk use other than for a check-in, check-out, which is also going to be elite or obsolete as well because we're going to that mobile key system. A lot of hotels are switching over to that, at least the big brands that can afford the program for right now. And when I'm talking about like hotel, I'm not talking about like your Motel 6 or Shiloh Inn or, dinky little boutique hotel that's individually owned in like one city. I'm talking about main chains. So I'm talking Hilton, Marriott, Choice Hotels, which is like Quality Inn, all that kind of stuff. No low end. I even consider those aren't even on my radar. So my concern is going to be that front desk is going to become obsolete. Concierges are going to become obsolete in a way. There's not going to be 100%, disuse of them, but it's really that was my favorite part of the front desk is where I was able to connect on a human to human level, an emotional level, which a lot of people forget is really important in our industry because it's not just a building. It's not just a town. It's not just a room. They're not just a check-in. This is a person behind the front desk. This is a person behind each reservation that's coming in for the hotel that day or each reservation going out that day, along with phone calls. And I think that's a huge missed part. And with this, I feel like we're already kind of phasing away. As a human, no humans are perfect. If you find one, let me know. But with that, you got to learn how to read the room. I understand some guests, when they come up, they don't want to talk. They don't want a conversation. They want to give you your photo ID, debit or credit card. They want their keys, information about the property, where the restroom or restaurant is, a bar, where their room is, and that's it. That's all they want. And that's called reading the room. You can tell by a guest by their body language, their facial expressions, their tone of voice, the choice of words or lack of words they give you. So I get that some people aren't going to want to talk to the front desk and do all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, that's where it's my job or the front desk job to read that, to see, oh, he doesn't really want to talk. Perfect. Here's your keys. Here's your room and enjoy your stay type deal. But for the people that want that human connection, I was watching actually a TED Talk on YouTube, and this hotelier, he's a super famous guy. I haven't really heard of him. I can't even remember his name right now. It was a while back when I watched this video. But he was on TED, and he was speaking about how a hotel is just a building, how the hotels in Dubai and all these other extravagant hotels that we see, all these, breaking these records of architecture and service and design and all this craziness going on in the industry that a lot of people are attracted to, which is awesome. I love this hotel with a pool at the top of it. Can't even remember the name. I'm sorry. I don't sound very knowledgeable, but I'm just kind of chugging along. So yes, these are awesome designs. These are awesome minds behind the design and ownership. And, it's just an amazing product. But at the same time, you can't replace a human. Humans have the need to belong. They have that feeling where they need to be recognized. A machine, a computer, Alexa doesn't do that. It doesn't give you that personal feeling of a connection. And he was talking about it can be all this extravagant stuff, but if your service, your lack an ability to provide an emotional human connection is going to be what the downturn of your property is. And I took that to heart because to this day, I no longer work at the Davenport. I'm in Seaside, Oregon. Sorry. I'm currently a manager at another hotel out here, along with doing my consulting business and podcast on the side. But I still talk to guests that I checked in frequently in Spokane. I have like 10 of them that I text on a either week or monthly basis. And so, yes, I may have not been able to make that human connection with every single guest, but I at least have 10 or more where I can go back to that property. And if I ever see them again, it will be like nothing ever changed. It's like seeing an old friend from your childhood. For me, overall, just to wrap this episode up, is a quick episode today. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there about this program and see what kind of you guys were thinking as well. If there's any industry listeners out there, whether you're in a big player game or if you're in a little game of the boutique side or, out of state, in state, wherever you're at, let me know what you think about Alexa Hospitality. I know it's kind of developing a little bit more as the announcement happened a while ago, along with, all these other details coming out as time goes on. But I really want to know what people think on, the fact of having a robot that's listening to you and talking to you, all this kind of stuff, kind of replacing an aspect of the front desk, the concierge. I'd love to hear all you guys' thoughts. You can check out my website, slicktalkthepodcast.com. And you can see a blog on there along with other information, upcoming episodes and blogs. I'm very appreciative of all my listeners. We are reaching a good number as every episode goes out. My numbers and listeners keep going higher, so I am super thankful. Please subscribe on any platform that you are listening to, and I'll make sure if you send me a message on Anchor or email me, you can contact me on my website. Anything like that, I will reach out, do my best to answer any questions. Maybe if you want to join the show, be perfect. I would love to have a co-host. Anyways, that's my thoughts on Alexa Hospitality. There's pros, there's cons. It's very good for the industry. It's exciting, new technology for the big name brands. But at the same time, are we trying to replace humans? Are we going to go that way of replacing front desk, concierge, service, actual, true, genuine hospitality? Not talking about, just check in, check out. I'm talking about human-to-human connection. So, love to hear your thoughts. Hit me up on any social media. And thank you so much for listening. And check out my upcoming episodes on my website or any listening platform there is. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening. We love your support and want to provide the best we can to all our listeners. So please find us online, social media, and on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast.
What's up, everybody? If you've gotten this far into the episode of Slick Talk, the Hospitality Podcast, then you are amazing, and thank you so much for tuning in. We want to send you two places really quickly. If you can, check out the show notes and click the hospitality.fm link. Check out all of our other shows on the podcast network. And don't forget, if you have someone that you want to hear on the podcast, then fill out the guest fill out form so that way we can get them on the show. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy another episode of Slick Talk, the Hospitality Podcast.